I tapped into the email podcast every week.
Yo, shout out to the EMALE podcast. I'm tuned in every week for that new game you be giving us, yeah?
Oh, you ain't heard the new email podcast yet? Man, you tripping. Tap in.
Man, you sleeping if you ain't heard about that new EMALE podcast. We need to wake y'all up real quick.
Yo, back again. It's your boy Doodoo, do 2 times. Back with another episode of the EMALE podcast. Today I got a very, I put a lot of veries on it because he is a very special guest. I got my Uncle James on here. Y'all probably seen him on the Vlad interviews. Y'all probably seen him on Gangsta Chronicles. No, ain't no probably. I know guarantee y'all seen him. Y'all know who he is, but I'm going to let him go ahead and introduce himself. Go ahead, Uncle James.
Hey, what's good? I'm James. Glad to be here. Ready to see what this young man want to talk about and how we going to get it going. I'm going to bring y'all the real shit, 100, like I keep it.
Well, we're going to talk about a whole lot of stuff.
Well, talk to me.
Probably repetition for you, but it ain't repetition for me. So, like I said, this is my Uncle James. For y'all that know him, know he's played a big part in my life, a big part in the neighborhood's life. Was around when Death Row first got started. Talk about that a little bit.
About Death Row?
Yeah.
Well, getting out of prison in '88, you know, Suge came and got at me. Suge had a vision of getting the homies and getting that muscle behind him to create what he did. I was the first, and it took off from there.
It started off as a bodyguard company first, though,
Well,
right?
actually, we started off doing the Budweiser Superfest, bodyguarding for his cousin, Big Rest in peace. And we met Tom Klein, and we started Fernhill Records. And from Fernhill Records, he launched Death Row.
Yeah, so for y'all that didn't know that, now that y'all
That's a
do
history
know
lesson
that,
right there.
That's a very important history lesson. Death Row started basically from a bodyguard position, then took off to what it is today. Has some of the biggest artists: Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Corrupt, the whole dog pound. So me growing up seeing this, well, I wasn't really seeing it like that when y'all first started because I was a little pup, but I seen how y'all moved in the neighborhood. I seen y'all loyalty. I seen y'all how y'all got down with each other. Everything was solid. Somewhere down that line.
Well, it was solid in a sense. We was solid all the way till the cocaine came and separated us. And, you know, niggas just started going to prison, and everybody wanted to outdo each other in the hood, so that kind of divided us. Well, it did divide us. And then going to prison, you know, coming home from prison, like, what the fuck I'm going to do now? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm back in the grind. You know, homies coming by. Suge was the only homie that came through that, yeah, I got something for you. But now I look back at it, he gave me something, I guess that was to butter me up. Mm-hmm. Come on, man, I got this, I want to do this, I want to do that. And I was like, fuck it, let's roll. So I became his muscle. I became that cat.
So what was an experience that you would never forget being around and, you know, meeting different people when you was in the Death Row days?
Oh, it was totally different from me because all I knew was Compton. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So getting on a goddamn airplane and going to North Carolina, New York, and shit like that, it was like a headbanger for me. So I got the feeling that it was cool, but I took Mom James with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Mom James was in New York. Mom James was doing North Carolina. Mom James was snatching niggas, and it was just like I was at home because I was doing what I do best.
So you wasn't starstruck seeing none of these celebrities,
Why
none
the
of
fuck
these?
them niggas was just like me? I actually got
You the
tired.
same person.
I actually got tired of them cats because, you know, they performed the same damn songs, the same routines, the same movement every night. And I got tired of them. So looking at a Bobby Brown and looking at, you know, New Edition and looking at all these
MC Hammer and
these
all
Hammer and
them.
them, it was just some regular ass cats to me. You know, I mean, they sat back and did the same shit I did. They was drinkers, but they needed or felt that, you know, our presence was what they needed to do, what they wanted to do, and how they wanted to move. So we brought that to the table.
So a lot of people don't know you worked at Snoop Dogg. What is it? He went to jail for murder. The murder trial.
Yeah, I bodyguard. That was the last thing I did with Death Row. Suge had called me and asked me, could I come to the courthouse for what? Snoop Dogg trial. Why would I bodyguard Snoop? He was like, his homies is coming up there tripping and whoop whoop. So activity, you gonna pay me what? I'm up there first thing in the morning. So I just grabbed 4 or 5 of the homies and told them, come on, this is what we gonna do. We don't wanna hear nothing nobody gotta say. If I take off, we all taking off. So it was good.
So it was about loyalty back then with you. You was loyal to who was loyal to you.
Well, that's how we was brung up. And if you was rocking with me, I was rocking with you. If you wasn't rocking with me, I had a problem with you. And you can ask anybody, 9 times out of 10, motherfuckers didn't want to fuck with me if I had a problem with them.
Straight up. Hey, and that went for even people in your own neighborhood though.
Oh yeah, man, I done got mad sitting at the table, drunk and fuck off that gin, and shot one of the homies and shot this homie because he didn't want to listen to me. Nigga, you stirring the spaghetti wrong. Fuck you doing?
It was that simple. Something like that to make you mad at his own.
It was on. I mean, you know, that was my stupid life though. You know what I'm saying? Just being stupid. You know, being that person, that individual at the time. You know, I didn't give a fuck really, in a sense. So if you felt that you had to give me 100 to prove to me you ain't no weenie, no bitch, I had to give you 140. My 40 was a motherfucker.
Used to carry around a little
I carried
club.
a half a bat, and my half a bat, which I called it understanding.
You named it?
Yeah, it was understanding.
Did you have it written on the side? I know a lot of people would.
Well, rule number 1 was if you ain't listening to what the fuck I'm saying now, and we on some gangbanging shit or whatever the fucking shit is, I had a plan B. So, okay, so you want to be violent like me. Plan B was understanding. Yeah. So I started beating the shit out of niggas with the motherfucker. But back then, that's how. I mean, I'm not in this by myself. It was a lot of niggas getting down like that. But I just thought that if I'm gonna be violent 100, and that's what I brung to the hood. I was violent 100.
But a lot of people was I want to say terrified of you.
I ain't gonna say that. I think they just understood.
But you also had 2 brothers though.
Bunch of Jimmy.
Yeah, and they was right there behind you.
Yeah, they're my brothers.
And whatever popped off.
But here's the difference. Buntry was a certain kind of way. Timmy was a certain kind of way, and I was a certain kind of way. Buntry was the quiet but a whoop your ass kind of way. Timmy was just Timmy Root, the little spoiled brother, the one that he was in it to win it. He was doing his thing. Timmy was
mechanically inclined,
something like that.
Anything with an engine, he working on it.
But what I'm saying is, Timmy gangbanged in his way. Timmy did his thing with his little crew that he had, and you know they was out doing their thing. Mob James, I'm the oldest, and I think I wanted to stand out a little more than my brothers, but we was all on the same shit. But my definition of being a gangbanger was being a gangbanger.
Yeah.
100 and the best.
Yeah. You the best at what you do.
I got to get mine.
Yeah.
So
it's one particular story, because I done heard about 1,000 stories from you, Uncle Timmy, Uncle Alton. Dude come in the house and you know he looking for you, but he don't even know your face.
Oh my God!
Touch on that for me.
I had this one cat come in. One of the little homeboys' auntie was a smoker, and y'all ain't gonna understand it if I gotta say names. Little Manny and Little Rat, their auntie was a smoker, so their uncle just got out of jail. So we sitting up in the let's call it the trap or whatever. And he walks in this motherfucker and he say, man, y'all know this nigga named Mob James?
Yeah.
And we was like, damn. So 10 grand looked up and like, yeah, what about him? He was like, man, I need to holler at this nigga, man. And I'm like, damn, what'd he do? What'd he do, homie? He was like, yeah, that nigga called my sister a bitch. I need to holler at this nigga, show this nigga. I'm like, what you gonna show him? He said, man, where he at? Woo woo. I said, man, what you finna do to him? And he got to talking, so I pulled my pistol out and I say, click, I'm Mob James, motherfucker. What you gonna do to me? And he like, oh shit.
Surprise,
Yeah. So what I
Never
did,
mind who you thought I was.
because he did that and because he didn't know who the fuck I was, and just acting like that, now I really got to prove a point to you. Take your clothes off, nigga.
That's that 140.
Yeah, that's the 40.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's the 40. So, nigga, take your clothes off. That nigga was like, man, come on, man, I don't want. No, you do want trouble. You said you looking for Mob James, nigga. Here I am. So I stood up, clicked the hammer.
Yeah.
If you don't take your clothes off, we gonna have problems. So he got butt naked. So by him getting butt naked, I'm sitting there thinking, what can I do to this motherfucker?
Mm-hmm.
So I go back to the going to jail days. Nigga, lift your nuts up, nigga. Turn around. And the nigga just like, oh man. So I say, pick your clothes. No, don't pick your clothes up. Get your ass out of here. You got 2.2 seconds.
So you made him leave
I
naked.
made him run butt naked up the street, up Stockton.
Hey, when I say ruthless, just didn't care. That 140, I ain't never heard of 140.
He did that to himself.
Yeah, he did it to
He
himself.
did that to himself.
He came knocking on the devil door and he answered. You feel me?
Well,
Don't come looking for somebody if you ain't ready for that issue.
everything we do have consequences, and I can honestly say that the life I used to live was a motherfucker, and I believed I had to be that way because I had my pops growing up with this dude. I've always said that no man and no other nigga could treat me like this nigga did.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I would never let another man beat me like that. So how do I give another motherfucker the same pain? You know what I'm
So
saying?
you feel like that was a big part of your attitude when it came to
It
you.
justified my
Yeah,
attitude.
so everything you did, you felt like it was justified because of him.
Yeah, my let's say the upbringing and I was taught something. You know what I'm saying? Just growing up living like that.
Mm-hmm. And one more story I want to touch on.
What's wrong?
There's so many. The incident with Uncle Timmy when I was younger,
What about it?
when you took the gun from him but it went off.
Once again, accidental.
It went off.
That's my brother. That's
Yeah.
my brother. And, I'm 14 years old, like really into guns and shit now, doing my thing. We out there, we active. And
At 14.
yeah, I took
At 14.
I took 2 of the guns with me and left 3 of them there. And Timmy found them. And him and the little cat across the street was playing with the guns when we came back after doing what we was doing.
Right.
And when I went across the street, I took him. I knew I didn't have no bullets in him, but apparently he found the bullet. If it wouldn't have happened the way it happened, Timmy probably would have killed the little cat across the street, pointed and shooting. So when I snatched it from him, I'm hollering at him. You know what this could have been if it was bah?
And it went off.
And I shot him in the nose. It came out his mouth with his back teeth. Yeah, and that was one of the scariest days of my life. That
When I heard that, I was like, whoa.
but even with that, I became overprotective of Timmy. Anybody said something about Timmy, anybody bib bopper thought, his school teacher, motherfuckers called me, came to the house, told me Timmy's school teacher hit him and was pulling him to the office. I immediately got up. And me and the teacher, when I got to Whaley, it's on and cracking.
I've seen so much growth in you since you've been able to put your voice out there.
Well,
And it's like when you do your podcast, you do your interviews, it's like an outlet. Like, is this something that you want to, like, if you can go back right now and you can see yourself in the state that you in, and you can go back and see yourself right now, is it something specific that you would tell yourself? Like, look, little dude, chill out, or be humble, or...
no, I think everything we go through, I just count it up as a blessing. I thank God that I'm not doing life in prison. I thank God that, my life did change. After Buntry was killed, I felt no more. I felt no need of feeling like that I owed the neighborhood something.
Right.
That John Mob James was a factor and got to stay a factor in the hood. If Buntry was still alive today, probably still be thinking like that. Probably still had that mentality. But after Buntry passed and was killed by the homies, I felt I don't owe these niggas nothing. This is my time to get away. And if they feel any other kind of way, bring it on. Say something to me. Talk to me.
Yeah, but a lot of people, and I done been around people who done spoke about you, and you done told me, man, let them talk. And I done actually went out there and took phase over your man.
And it don't make no sense. You can say anything you want about a man. Wait a minute. And I realized this. I used to get heated. I used to want to fight. I used to want to hurt people. And just being a nigga grew up in the hood, I know everybody traits. I know what everybody doing. The hood would have been the easiest prey for me to hurt any nigga over there that I felt that I wanted to hurt. And it could have been vice versa. But if I bite into what another nigga conversation is, then I'm on some bullshit too. Then it must be some truth to it.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear that shit unless it's come to me. If you man enough to speak on me, you should be man enough to say it in my face.
But they wasn't man enough to speak
well,
on it.
so and that's why James is James McDonald's sitting right here talking to you.
But that's why when you used to see me coming in the house on killing, what happened? I just got down with a nigga for what? Over you? You used to always tell me, man, chill out.
Yeah,
like these niggas ain't even worth it.
Ain't no need for that.
Ain't even worth it. But one thing always stuck with me that you told me as a kid, you ain't gonna grow up and be a part of this.
Right.
But as you found out later,
Dumb shit.
that I was taking part.
You know what the coolest thing about this is I'm glad I know, because I'd be a motherfucking hypocrite to be out here trying to reach all these youngsters and tell them what I've been through and where I've been. I'm figuring my nephews understand that part. My nephew's seen us run up in the house. My nephew's seen the police raid us. My nephew's seen us in jail. They don't, come on, man, y'all don't want to live like this. My nephews know what it's like to go out there and have 3, 4 baby mamas. You know what I'm saying? They got to deal with them different women.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Child support and all this other shit. We already stuck. I don't want that to happen to y'all. Just like when I came to your school. My nephew ain't no motherfucking gangbanger. But if I'd have known you was gangbanging, you'd have had to walk home and do what the fuck you had to do, because you chose to do that. You chose to get down like that. So individually, we all got to figure out where we belong in this shit. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And that's the problem with half of these little young niggas now. They don't know where they fit in. They just in. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Do the extra shit
with
too.
no structure, with no nothing, and they just in the game. The game don't last too long for niggas like that. Anybody could be a killer. That don't make you no bad motherfucker because you got a pistol. So it was something that I knew my nephews was better than that, because they got everything they wanted. They got good motherfucking mamas. You know what I'm saying? They mamas gave them everything they wanted.
Right.
Y'all niggas was out of Compton before I was. Before I even thought about taking a trip, you niggas was taking trips. That's the kind of mamas y'all got. You know, without having good mamas, I can't say that about my parents. You feel me? My mama, she did 5 kids the best way she could, but it was more to it than.
But I feel like your upbringing, all y'all 5 kids, y'all upbringing affected us because y'all treated us so well, because like y'all didn't want us to go through what y'all went through.
Right.
As kids.
Right.
And like I had to go to school. I had to go to college. If I wouldn't have did that, it was like a slap in my mama's face.
Exactly.
So not only that, like y'all put the fear in my heart. Like y'all had a big part of me going to school too. Like I couldn't come home with bad grades,
But you
Cam.
know what that is? That's a respect factor. You know, it's like when you see certain things and your upbringing is a certain way, right?
Right.
You have that respect for the people that show you the
Cam,
way.
if I had a C coming home,
Trust me, I was the same way.
I would walk in my house, and this is a progress report.
Yeah, I walked in with a C minus one time, and my daddy whooped my ass.
No, not only that, like it ain't nothing in my room. I ain't had no TV. I ain't had no radio. You got these books,
But see, what
and
you
she
don't
telling
know-
all y'all.
And this is the good part, and this is what I want y'all to understand. The shit that you was given, you didn't have to belong to nothing because you had a family. You didn't have to feel like, man, I gotta go out here and fight these motherfuckers and they won't leave me alone.
But I feel like I did though.
Well,
Because look, let me tell you why. Because, and I just did a show with Ting and Lil Timmy, and
Right.
and they feel the same way. Everywhere I went, somebody said, "Hey man, you look like Mob James, or you look like Montreal. Oh, that's them Mob boys, especially when we got them Death Row chains."
what I used to tell you. If a
Don't,
motherfucker asked you,
don't
no.
ever say you know us because
Exactly.
you don't know what we did in the streets. You don't know who said what, or it's dangerous.
Yeah.
But especially like people in the neighborhood, like we'll walk to the candy house. Oh, that's one of the McDonald boys right there. So it was like, I'm damned if I do, I'm damned if I don't.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And then when I got old enough to start going to the clubs, I wasn't even old enough. I was what, 14? I was going to the clubs. I went to the club with you before.
Yeah, you did.
And now I'm with the homeboys in the neighborhood. So now I'm guilty by association. Now we fighting these other dudes that live across the street. Or we fighting some Crips, or it was just so y'all name and y'all legacy and y'all reputation was just so strong everywhere. Uncle James.
But at that point, you wasn't riding, for, saying I'm
The
gonna
cause.
represent something.
Yeah.
You riding for your family name.
And my family name was Mob James, Montreal, Timmy Rue, Punkin. Like I was in Zandra.
That's your family. Like,
That's my family. But so what I'm going to say is, okay, he belonged to them. It was already a label on me. It was already target on me.
Well,
He's a Mob Paru member.
that's a misconception, Javon. You don't have to associate yourself with nothing to identify yourself. We did that. This is something that we trying to get y'all not to do. This is something that's not healthy for y'all. And like I said, y'all couldn't have gangbanged in my days. Y'all wouldn't have made it. Y'all wouldn't have been ready for that. And just to have, just being a blood in itself was you had to prove yourself because everywhere you went, especially in prison, you outnumbered.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if you had just an ounce, just a little bit in you that wasn't with it, it's going to show. And now you become prey. You know what I'm saying? That was my biggest fear for my nephews. You know what I'm saying? You can't wear burgundy hair and you can't dress a certain kind of way. When I was gangbanging, I was in khakis, T-shirt, and a motherfucking hat. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, with your jacket. Tell them about your jacket.
Well, in a black jacket with Blood CK on it and Paru. I identified myself with this same kind of hat, but with IRU on it.
You had the uniform on.
Everybody had to know I was a Paru because I was acceptance to that. I was prepared for any and everything. And that's how I was getting down. And it just wasn't in Compton. When I went to LA, fighting different niggas. Mm-hmm. I was who I was.
Right.
Just like a lot of these cats out here. But at some point, you got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And there's no paychecks, there's no retirement plans, there's none of that. And that's was one of my biggest things because I felt like I did all of this shit and the same thing I represented killed my brother. So my only purpose, my only thing I can do now is kill all these motherfuckers. Let me go kill all these motherfuckers. So if I kill all these motherfuckers, I know they're going to say he killed them. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody but Mob James doing that. They had a pool going and odds 10-1. If he ain't killed a nigga by the first week, niggas was getting paid whoop. But what I'm saying is, if I did that, Where would my kids be? Where would my nephews and them be right now today? You know what I'm saying? My uncle killed half of the homies. My uncle killed woo. I'm not setting. I'm not.
That's not
Even
the
though that's
legacy
my
you want to
brother.
lead.
Even Buncher is my brother. So let me lead this shit. I know that's what my brother would have wanted. Man, stop fucking with these niggas. So I stopped fucking with them. Now, you know, can't nobody destroy Mob James but Mob James. And the way I destroyed Mob James was not to claim Mob James. Don't call me him. I'm something else. So with that, just holding all this anger in all this time and just thinking of how my past was and all of this, you know, karma is for real. You know what I'm saying? My karma came back to bite me, and it took my brother. You know what I'm saying? So regardless how bad we was and the shit we was doing, man, it cost. It cost. And I'm trying to tell y'all don't have to go through that. Y'all don't have to go through that pain. You know what I'm saying? So don't do it.
But I also want to say don't feel like that was your karma though.
It
With
was.
Uncle Alton.
You live by the sword, you
I
die
don't-
by the sword. If it wasn't me, it's going to be. Now, I can accept my granddaddy dying. I can accept my auntie dying because it's natural causes.
Right.
It's not by the hands of somebody you used to fuck with.
What?
Wait a minute. I'm telling you, loyalty is a motherfucker. Respect is a motherfucker. If I feed you and I got you and you living in my house, if you good like that with me, then ain't nowhere in the world you can do me like that or do my family like that. So all that pain went from my mama through the whole system. Everybody feeling that. And it's like, damn, at the end of the day, Bloods. Ain't nobody in the world can just have me, I can't do it. So I got to figure out a different kind of way.
I remember that day vividly.
Yeah.
I was coming home from school.
How old would you say you was at that time?
I was in the 6th grade,
That was 2002.
2002.
Okay.
And riding by that gas station where he got killed, and I seen a shoe on the floor, and I seen his truck, and I'm like, that look like my uncle's truck.
And what was going through your head at that time?
Like, he was Superman. Like, that ain't my uncle's truck. Maybe somebody got a truck like him.
Yeah.
Like,
You didn't even want to like.
yeah,
have
I'm
that as
like,
a thought.
whatever. Like, 'cause the police had it all taped off and all that.
Right.
So then when I got to the house and I seen him and everybody, it was just like, damn.
The reality.
Like, and I
starts
seen
setting in.
the pain in everybody's face. It was like, it's a unimaginable feeling because I really felt like my uncles was.
They were Superman to you.
Like-
Like, look, what I can say, just as a man that I grew into, right? Like, I have role models that I look up to, right? You know, uncles, my pops, you know, certain people
Right.
that I can really, you know, put to that pedestal where I say it's like, you really gave me the game and you taught me how to
Right.
be a man out here in life. And that's how I felt like, you know, the three of them was for you.
So that's what I'm saying. So like, you know, my pops died when I was what, 6 months, 6 months old, and seeing them come to my football games, my pop wanted football games at that.
Yeah.
You know, he used to be on the sideline holding the chains. He used to be, hey, don't let him catch you, don't let him catch
That
you.
shit mean a lot.
Like,
That's like your support system
I
right
didn't
there.
have my daddy doing that. I had my
Yeah.
Uncle James.
Yeah. And
Man.
the positive that you know, and that's in that light, you look at it like, man, you basically taking on that role, you know, and you giving me the best things that I can have, and that's like game. That's what
I'm saying. So I seen you elevate so much. It's like, damn, like I didn't think like you would ever like be so calm and humble. Like,
I didn't either.
but
But it showed you a way to
shocked
be in
me.
life, you know.
It shocked me. Like
He's
if,
continuing to be that role model.
cause I ain't went through even a quarter with what you went through.
No.
You don't have to. That's what he's telling you right
So
now.
what I'm saying, like you overcame so much and became a role model to people who you don't even know because you got this platform on these podcasts and these interviews.
Well, what happened
And-
was, instead of holding it all inside, I was able to let it out and speak on it.
Right.
And that was with Greg Cadian's first video, You Went With Me. And I felt so much pressure just released from that. And then, that went like bam. And then here come Vlad. And Vlad is like, man, I got to get you on this show, man. Your story is like fucking amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So I was a little reluctant to do it because, I did one. I don't want to talk about it no more.
Well, you was reluctant to do the one I talked you into doing that one.
Yeah. So anyway, I did it, and after that, I was shocked that people actually listened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Now here, and this is what I used to think of myself, and I was always told this, just as a youngster, you ain't shit, you ain't gonna be shit, you bad as fuck, which I knew I was bad. My aunties called me bad. My mom and daddy called me bad, bastards, and all that other shit. Mm-hmm. So I grew up believing that. And the shit that he did to me, I grew up believing that. So I rocked with it. I just learned how to deal with what they gave me, and I made it work for myself. But the fucked up part is I took all that animosity and I figured a way to channel it. And that was to do shit to people that you'll be like, damn. For real? He didn't even say nothing, or she didn't even say nothing. So
I watched the interview. I don't know. I think it was Vlad.
That was the first time that I saw you speak publicly. It was Vlad. I watch a lot of Vlad interviews.
Yeah.
I'm kind of flipping through, and I'm like, Mob James, and the most I know as far as the closest person to you is Juwan.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's where I get the real from, It's like, if you want to know any facts, it's like that's the person you talk to. Somebody, that's that close.
Our first nephew.
Now, for him to tell me like, hey, we can get Vlad. I mean, we can get Mob James to the studio. And I'm thinking like he was just on Vlad.
Yeah.
Like, I just saw the Vlad episode. Yeah. Like, okay, well, let's put it together.
He got a story to tell.
But it's a lot of stories because I think about times, man, where you hear about, different record labels, things like that, these organizations that come up, but you don't hear the behind the scenes. You only hear about that star that was out there in the spotlight that was on stage, but you don't hear about the people that was actually putting things together, making plays behind the scenes, that actually made it work. You know?
You don't hear about all them real pussies.
Those are the things you want to hear. You want to know, like, all right, this is a machine that's working, but, these people that's out here putting on the makeup and all that shit, they not the ones that's really, doing the behind the scenes, the muscle and all that shit. How are we getting to the next level? And that's what we want to hear.
Right.
Like I'm saying, like, I really grew up feeling like y'all was, it wasn't just one Superman, it was 3 Supermen.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, but, I wouldn't want you, and if you'd ever told me that back then, don't ever say that. You know what I'm saying? I was a very destructive person.
But that's all I had to look up
I know.
to, though.
I can understand that, Juwan, and I'm glad we're talking about it. I got this little one kid, Matthews, in North Carolina, little kid, and he told me I was his hero. No, I'm not your hero. I'm a regular ass cat that been through it, and I'm willing and ready to share my story to save cats like you. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to go through and do the shit that I did. Mm-hmm. So you could be a better father to your child and not like my father was.
But at this point in your life, showing people that, like, you have that audience. People sitting down and they paying attention to what you got to say. So, from everything that you've grown through to where if you say something positive, somebody's going to listen. Right. So you have a voice. So we think about all the positive things that we would want to talk about, how we could change the culture and, shift and make things better. It's like, that's the outlet we got to use, This platform right here, this is a podcast. Dude, this is your podcast, but we making it work. I know we got Gangster Chronicles. It's like, that's another outlet. It's like, I'm trying to get over there,
James, I'm serious. Like, one day I was in Walmart, and I had on your T-shirt. And I guess dude thought it was just a regular Death Row T-shirt. Mm-hmm. But he turned around and seen all the faces on the back. Mm. It's like, hey, man, where'd you get that T-shirt from? Did you get it offline? So I forgot I even had it on because, I just threw it on. I'm going to Walmart, picking up some stuff for the house. And he like, man, like I'll do anything to get that T-shirt. Like he wanted to buy it from me right then and there. Like I don't care if he washed it, wore it, whatever. Like
I'd have sold it.
so, so he like I'm like, yeah, that's my uncle. So when he finally looked at me, he said, babe, no shit, this is Mob J's nephew. Look at him. And she was like, Mob J, he like, yeah, he did the Vlad and he did the Gangsta Chronicles. And I'm like, everybody in the store looking at me now like, man, I ain't no celebrity like that.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it was
I'm not
like,
either, though.
but your story and the way you conducted yourself on these platforms, you got a lot of people looking up to you.
People want to listen to you.
Who you don't even know.
Right.
And it gave me a sense like, dang, it ain't no, I mean, you my James nephew. Oh man, he did something to me back in the day. Like we gotta woo.
Nah.
No, it's on some
some
positive.
positive shit.
It's positivity
Right.
going
Like people
on.
happy to say your name.
Well,
Yeah.
Tink had one cat like that in the county jail when he was in the county jail. It was his bunkie. And Tink had called the house. He said, yeah, man, this nigga, he was asking me, and he was always looking, and he was just like, you belong, you Mob James and them people want. Tink finally told him, yeah. And he was like, yeah, man, he shot me before.
Damn.
And Tink was just listening. And he was like, but if I ever see him again, I wouldn't even be tripping because, that was just part of the game.
He probably knew he did something foul.
Just, I believed in gangbanging. I believed in Bloods was Bloods and Crips was Crips.
Yeah.
Which, if I could, that's one part of my life I would take back because all of it was senseless. It didn't matter, and it didn't make no motherfucking sense. But then, you grow up thinking that this is what it is, especially like when I got shot in 80. Oh, they playing with guns. Okay.
So there wasn't no gunplay in the 80s like that.
No, the 80 was the first time motherfucker come through the hood and shoot somebody.
You got shot. That's the time you got shot.
You want to talk about that?
I got shot right in my chest.
About
right
an
here.
inch away from your
Inch
heart.
away, yeah.
And
so when I got hit, these motherfuckers still popping. So, okay. Now
Was it a drive-by or what was
They
it?
was on bicycles.
Oh, shit.
Them niggas got off they
shit.
got off their bicycles, put the kickstands down, and all three of them start popping, right?
Yeah.
Because we going to them to get at them.
Like,
What
it's
the
a
fuck
fight.
y'all doing in the
Yeah.
hood? So I wasn't tripping. So when they hit me, bam, I'm on the ground. I flipped off the handlebars, right?
So you on a bike too? You fell off.
Yeah, let's roll. I fell off. I'm hit. So
Yeah.
they still popping. So you hear the bullets whizzing through by your ears and shit. And I'm like, ain't this a bitch? So I said, fuck it. I just got up and just took off. Which the homies was already gone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I get inside of Drew them house, the blood is just squishing out of my chest. Just I'm talking about porn.
Yeah.
It's just going. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm finna die.
Damn.
So, first time being shot. So I'm like tripping out a little bit. So what I'm saying is, now they, instead of half of bats and sticks and all of this other shit.
Now you got to take it to 160.
Now okay, guns.
You just trying to kill me, nigga.
And that just brought a different level of content.
Yeah.
Because niggas is getting popped now.
Yeah.
Oh no, y'all ain't finna shoot me and get away with it.
Yeah.
So that now you done introduced, okay, this part of the game, y'all playing for keeps, I play for keeps.
Uh-huh.
And the hoods just started playing for keeps. And we had one of the solidest hoods. We had a solid ass hood because everybody was together. Everybody fucked with each other. I had so many ride or dies, but my 100 was Ronald Sales. Master Ron was my man. We going Chico Pieces, and it's nothing but a wall of Crips. And Ronald said, let me see your bat. And I give him the bat, and he's standing by the nigga playing the games and just, let me show y'all how to kill it, woo, woo. And niggas just, get nervous, and me and Kenny Tubbs go up in that motherfucker and just start banging and throwing up the peas and shit. And here we are getting attacked by 20 niggas. It was fun back then. It was fun. And then, I don't know where Tubbs at. Tubbs, boy, he was right behind me. So here come Buntry. We in the glass house with a shotgun, this nigga in his pajamas, and we like on attack mode. We got to find these niggas. We got to find Chubbs. But we get to back in the hood, Chubbs at the house. And we laughing. Nigga, that shit, nigga, we
over there waiting for y'all to get back.
Nigga, I ain't drinking with you no more. I ain't this no more. Oh, well, you shouldn't have did this. So, I mean, it was all good back then. It was entertainment. It was fun. But we were just on some stupid shit.
Yeah, going to the school, the niggas high, and my mama letting y'all in the back gate.
Yeah, that was one of the perks. I call it my sister in the game. But don't talk to my family.
Yeah.
I'm family orientated, whether people believe it or not.
Yeah.
You know, I love my family.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when a nigga said something to Punky them out of line,
full-fledged already there.
Let me go. I got on my little half a shirt with the red rag on it, and got my P hat on. I got my
Throw the uniform on. And say,
I had to get dressed.
That's your uniform.
I'm ready to go.
You about to handle business, so you know how business man. You gonna pull up with the suit.
Don't get me wrong. You know, we was out there, and when I hit that window and looked, and dude, she got right up and opened the door. So when she opened the door, she got out the way, and we had class. You know what I'm saying?
It's a whole nother lesson going on right now.
Oh yeah. So I mean, and to say it was fun. It was fun. It was fun getting down like that, and just seeing how far you can go with it. You know, I was tripping off certain people. You know, if I'm gonna shoot you, one nigga, I was finna shoot him, but he like, man, in the name of Jesus, man, I ain't. He had a Bible. But I knew he was banging. But since he had that Bible saved his life. We had rules back then. If a nigga was with his kids, that we gave that
a
pass.
Yeah.
If he with his mama, well, I'm not finna fuck with you at the grocery store. So and that was vice versa. The Bloods and the Crips did that back then.
It ain't like that no
Nigga
more.
got a pet. No, you getting shot. Your mama getting shot, and everybody else.
If somebody wants you, they gonna do it.
So that's what I'm saying. It's just stupid now.
Back on a positivity note.
Yeah, that is positive shit.
No,
don't do it.
Don't do it.
I'm saying, as far as like family positive, you feel me?
Yeah.
How happy was it for you? Because I think you'd have been at all my graduations.
Yeah.
Like, how happy was it for you to see us walk across them stages? All of us, though.
It takes it to a whole different level, because watching y'all grow up from day one, coming home to 3 years old, to your 5th birthday party, to watching you play football, and I'm not just speaking on you, I'm speaking on all of y'all, and to watch y'all grow. And I could have died in 80,
right?
But just to be here to watch y'all grow up and then become men, and just watching y'all, you know, we didn't graduate. Mm-hmm. I stopped going to school because I wanted to be a gang member. I stopped.
You stopped what? 10th grade, 9th grade?
No, the beginning of the 10th. Well, yeah, ninth grade I was done. I had more fun just going to school for lunch, just to fight, just to trip with the Crips. Mm-hmm. I had a whole different purpose of learning. Mm-hmm. Fuck that type of learning. I'm not finna do no pencils. I wasn't doing that.
Yeah.
And that comes back to hurt me, but to watch my nephews them graduate, to watch my nephews get diplomas from college, you know, to watch my sons go to college, that was a big, man, it's a privilege.
You got a real, both of your sons.
Yeah.
Real smart. My little cousin Jalen is, he went to...
He a white boy nerd.
But he was working on like a video game or something, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But
he's
that's
doing
the
a book right now.
Oh, he writing a book?
Yeah.
Education, you know, it's like the knowledge to where you can go out and do something that's, you know, contributes to the world. Not just, all right, I'm gonna go out and contribute to society and say I'm gonna get a regular job, I'm gonna go be a doctor, lawyer. You know, the ones they teach us in school.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, after a certain point, we got to learn how we can go out and make businesses and make money for ourselves and things like that.
That's what you got to do now. That's what, and that's my whole drive, is to, like I tell you, you know, day one, when I started that shit, the Gangster Chronicles, Juwan, come up there and learn how they do the cameras and bam. So,
and after that, that's all he was talking about.
Yeah, if I can get you away from that, then I know I'm doing right. because I
He
can't go.
did that.
I can't
Facts.
go and talk on no platform, and then my nephews are being killed because they out there gangbanging. I'm
You
a
see,
hypocrite.
he doing the same thing
I
that you're
can't
doing.
get down like that.
Right.
So my whole thing is, let me get my nephews. They got to be right, you know. And the cool thing about our family, we so divided, and we divided because we listen to other people. You feel me? And when you told me about Tink and little Timmy coming up here, I didn't do it in front of you, but I was ready to shed a tear, man. Just it was joy. Like, man, they finally getting it. You know what I'm saying? This shit right here is a blessing, not just for me, but for all of us. You know what I'm saying? So I hope y'all look at it like that. So now I can really go out there and say, man, my motherfucking nephews is woom to woom woom. I'm proud. You know what I'm saying? They together. You know what I'm saying? When I see and I run across cats, oh, that's my brother. They giving Dabby and hugs and this and that. If I had that, I'd give up everything that I made, that I got coming. I traded in for everything.
Like I was telling them on the last show, we so strong, but we was so divided. Like you said, we was listening to other people.
Well, see, y'all just lost one thing, because I ain't finna get out the bed and come killing for you niggas. I ain't finna shoot nobody for you niggas. I'm finna live my own, y'all grown ass man. And if I don't have to go to sleep worrying about y'all, I'm good.
Good. And I can honestly say, since that last show we did, I feel like we good. You seen the rekindling.
That was
we
my
did.
first time meeting them, right?
Yeah.
And just the love that I seen between the three of y'all, and being able to sit back and record y'all show, right? Like and see all the things y'all was talking about, and the way that y'all kind of expressed yourselves to each other. It's like that's family.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't have that feeling
Yeah.
to where they can do that with people. You know, sometimes you sit up next to a person and you silent the whole time.
But I learned that, and it's so authentic because I learned it from him.
Yeah.
I seen him change.
Yeah.
I seen you change. I'm telling you, like I give you the most credit, the most praises. Like man, like Uncle James, look at him, man.
But this just shows that,
Look
that
at
right
him.
now, by him doing a podcast, all of that, it's like he's following in your footsteps.
Well-
That's what he wants to do. So he's just saying, keep giving him the game.
Honestly, it was a time in my life that I wouldn't utter the word God. I wouldn't say God. I wouldn't say thank you, Jesus. I didn't have that in me, because I believed that it was a sign of weakness for me. And to be able to say thank you, Jesus, you know, give my praises in the right place opposed to the hood. I'm at a 100 right now, and just the change, man, I had to have it. And then after my mama, you know, lost her, after she died, I had to go full-fledged now. I have to really be right, because like I said at her funeral, we all we got. You know what I'm saying? And I really believe that.
And I seen, that's when I first started seeing the change, because you was feeding her, doing her feet. You was doing everything.
Right.
You was doing everything.
I was one of the ones that shouldn't have been there, but that's my mama. And I say this to everybody: you only got one. I don't give a fuck what the relationship is, or how bad it is, or how good it is. Man, that's your mama.
That's some shit my daddy tell me all the
And-
time, bro.
That's your mama. Cherish it. Daddy, fuck you.
Yeah.
Suck my neck, nigga. I don't give a fuck about a daddy. I want to be the best daddy I can be. I'm not nothing like my father. I don't treat my kids like that dude treated me. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing I learned from him. He never taught me fishing, no nothing. And I can honestly say, fuck him and fuck his life. You feel me? And I
Right.
still feel that way.
That's right.
That's Miles James talking anyway. So
No, you feel how you feel. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real.
Yeah, you feel how you feel. And
I mean, growing up, you know, I hear people say we have choices. We didn't have a choice. And when you get older, now you can say, I know this shit wrong. but you too far in now. I'm too deep. It ain't wrong. And then it feels good. You know what I'm saying? Living the way a motherfucker was living, and the consequences are what they are. And I accepted all of that shit at a young age.
Right.
So I didn't have a problem with it. Not that I would have gave a fuck if I'd have died or got killed, some shit like that, because it wouldn't have mattered. But seeing where Mom James was 20 years ago, I would never want to be that dude again. I would never live that type of life again.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have a problem with being him, but I would never live that and be that cat ever again in my life. Ever.
And I applaud you for that.
Yeah. I applaud myself.
Like I said, you've been a role model.
And I didn't know it, and I appreciate it, man. And I just thank God that you were able to tell me that. You know what I'm saying?
Now you can sleep easy.
Yeah. Oh, I sleep way better. I sleep way better now than I used to. And I can offer you anything.
Mm-hmm.
I can give you all the knowledge in the world. But it's up to you to, take it and run with it and use
Apply
it how you
yourself.
use
Yeah,
it.
because I was lost for a minute. It tripped you out when you first heard about me being out there.
Yeah, that was like what?
Yeah, like no, not my nephew that played football. Not
Yeah.
my nephew that went to college and graduated. No, not that nephew.
But that's not the stuff he want to hear.
But
He
that-
want to hear that you're doing something positive.
But like I'm saying, I was lost for a minute, and then when we sat down in my mama's kitchen in Victorville, and because you cold with a pen and a pad, you would just sit there and just start writing like you good with words, and
I thought I was a damn dummy.
nah, but you good with words.
No,
so-
I ain't, that's one thing I ain't. I'm by far stupid.
Yeah, so, and when you did that interview and start leading up to you, like when you move, being there with grandma and I start seeing your attitude change, you ain't being as angry, and I'm like, damn, like I can,
Yeah.
I'm not even far gone like that, but I can turn this around now.
Yeah.
So let me get me a platform.
And he's showing you every day.
Yeah, so like the show, EMALE.
Right.
EMALE.
Right.
Break it down.
Elite, motivated, alphas leading every day.
And that's where y'all should
and
take
you
this
represent
platform.
that.
Y'all should take this platform and educate the kids, the young cats your age.
Mm-hmm.
Because cats your age actually believed how you used to believe, the way you used to think. Man, we all can get out of this. It might take some of us a little more time.
Mm-hmm.
But just being a productive person, you can overcome anything.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be a street nigga to make it. Street niggas, man, your life expectancy drops
Right.
being a street nigga. Because now, especially with kids today, they don't have a clue. It's some monsters out here. Going to prison, it's some motherfucking monsters out here. Straight predators that's with the business, and you don't understand that. That's what I was scared for y'all. Y'all then going to jail. Y'all gonna run into them. Y'all gonna see them. How would they react to it? You know what I'm saying? A nigga come and just tell them, nigga, I like your booty. How they gonna react to that? So the fear was there that they not gonna be like me. They not gonna get up and just stick a motherfucker. They not gonna get up or think by any means necessary. Bite a motherfucker head, ears, whatever the case might be.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a big. I used to worry about y'all all the time, but for you, Tink, and little Timmy to be at a place where y'all at, I thank God that the day has come.
Mm-hmm.
That now y'all finally understand each other.
It was long overdue.
And hopefully y'all continue that. Me, on the other hand, I'm so set in my ways now, and I'm good. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no friends. I don't need no homies. I don't need no nothing. I'm doing James. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mind helping the homeless. I don't mind helping other people. You know what I'm saying? I use my show to help people promote their shit. You know what I'm saying? As a black man, you got some shit and you want to get off the ground, Come to my show. Let's see how many motherfuckers.
Yeah, we're gonna talk after the show.
Yeah, let's throw email and innovative coaching.
Well,
out
you've
there.
been on the show,
Yeah.
and I've been watching you. You know, you come up there every Wednesday and you sit there and you soaking that shit up. Long as
Because
you
he want to get educated.
And then meeting all of these people that's in the game, and now you exchanging numbers with these people, like Big Boy.
Yeah.
You know, he like, man, where your nephew at, man? Man, I didn't call, I didn't this, I didn't that. You don't owe me no explanation. I mean, y'all exchange numbers.
Yeah.
Holler at him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, you know, just meeting all these people, just like I did, you know, the Battle Cats, the TK Kirkland.
Well, you also got Warren G on there.
Warren G, me and him is
Glasses.
real good. Glasses
Spider
Malone.
Low,
Yeah.
Yuck Mouth.
Yeah. Them some names.
And all of these people.
Hey,
whatever
look, we
you
gonna
need.
plug Gangsta Chronicles. Make sure y'all check that out.
Yeah, make sure y'all check out Gangsta Chronicles, man.
They say
They
whatever
got a
y'all
real
need,
solid
man.
platform.
Yeah, whatever y'all need, man, James, bring them to me. You know what I'm saying? So, if, you know, these, y'all young cats out here rapping and y'all shit sound good, man, holla at me. 909-419-0345, man.
We gonna
I can
tag
plug
that in the
y'all
video.
with them.
Got to tag it in
We
the
gonna
video.
tag that in the video for y'all,
Hit
just
me
so y'all
up.
can get some
You
game.
cats got a story, you young cats out there, and that's where I'm at right now. And I want to do at least 5 shows straight with the young cats that's out there and want to walk away from the shit. You know, call me, and I get you on the Gangsta Chronicles, man. If I can help you, like some of the others, I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
See, positivity goes a long way.
Right.
Hey, y'all. So this has been another fire episode from the Email Podcast. If you want to follow me on Instagram at DOO2XS, that's doodle 2 times, DOO2XS. Also follow Email Podcast. That's EMALE_podcast. Also on Instagram. Hit the YouTube channel that I got tagged on the Instagram page. Hit the like and subscribe button. We dropping episodes like this every week. I'm dropping knowledge. I got a lot of positive people coming through.
Plenty more.
I got so much stuff for y'all, and I'm excited to get it out. I wish we could drop an episode every day, but it's coming. So just be patient, wait on it. I want to shout out Innovative Culture for letting me drop my Email Podcast here. My boy
right.
Cool Ass Cam in the background.
We all fam, you know, we getting it done. We about to give y'all some quality every week.
So yeah, man, go ahead, Cam, take us out. No, matter of fact, before you take us out, let them know where they can find you at.
Y'all can follow me at Cool Ass Cam everywhere. Y'all know, Google that shit. Y'all gonna find something you like. Follow Innovative Culture at innovative.culture on Instagram. We're also on YouTube. Follow that YouTube channel. We got plenty of content up there, a lot of variety, and we got some special shit coming on the way.
Right.
So be on the lookout for
I'm
that.
gonna shout out my Uncle James right here once again. Tell them where they can find you at.
Y'all can find me. Call me. I don't do all that Facebook and all that bullshit. Call me 909-419-0345. And if y'all want to get out of the ruts, man, if I can do it, anybody can do it. If I can change, anybody can change. Change is a motherfucker, but you just got to be willing to do it and ready. So, you know, I want to tell y'all, man, thanks for having me. Man, if Gangsta Chronicles can uplift y'all's show, man, all of you brothers come up there and soak it in.
That's right.
And meet all of these guys that I've met, all of these businessmen, black businessmen that's making money and positive. Because if you hang around money, you're gonna
start making money.
Exactly.
Iron sharp as iron, baby.
I'm
Come
excited.
hang out with
I'm
me.
ready.
It is.
I'm
Yes,
excited.
sir.
Cam, go ahead and take us out, big
All
dog.
right, y'all, peace.
Yeet.
I tapped into the Email Podcast every week.
Yo, shout out to the Email Podcast. I'm tuned in every week for that new game you be giving us, yeah?
Oh, you ain't heard the new Email Podcast yet? Man, you tripping. Tap in.
Man, you sleeping if you ain't heard about that new Email Podcast. We need to wake y'all up real quick.